Hey ladies and babies, post 2 week hiatus Vritas here, coming at you with a video that only I care about. So I know that a lot of things about me are pretty publicized because I am the most popular YouTuber to ever exist, but a little known fact about me is my taste in music. Unless you come to my streams, in which case you know that my taste in music is primarily rap and pop punk music or emo music. However, I am a little bit of a white boy, and being a white boy means two things. It means that I can be a little bit cringe, and I like boy bands. Now, I'm not like a modern boy band enjoyer, not like your One Directions or your 5 Seconds of Summers or anything like that. I was born in 2002, making me 20 years old. But I feel like I was born about 10 years too late because I really enjoy everything like from 1992 to about 2008. Absolutely obsessed with it. And with this comes two of my favorite boy bands, both nsync and the Backstreet Boys. Now, personally, I'm more of a Backstreet Boys fan. However, I do think that nsync has a lot of bangers, particularly on their album No Strings Attached. However, since the dawn of time, that being 2002, there's been one question that every single human being on Earth has been wondering. What happened to nsync? Now, to give a little bit of a background, nsync was a band that lasted from 1997 to 2002, starting with their first song, I Want You Back. Following this, as we all know, they became a huge success, and they went on to make very popular songs such as Bye 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 and It's Gonna Be Me, two of their most popular songs ever. This band consisted of 5 people. Justin Timberlake, my favorite. JC Chases? Is that his name? I'm gonna go with Chases. Lance Bass, Joey Fatone, and Chris Kirkpatrick. But during the rise of their success, they went on an indefinite hiatus in 2002 while creating their next album. Following this, for years, there were rumors that they were gonna get back together, but these never really came to fruition, as we know, because the band never got back together to make more music. But this leads me to ask the question once again, what really happened to nsync? And that's why I am here today to get to the bottom of this question, because I think I have found what happened to each individual member of nsync. So starting with Lance, we see that he went on to have a semi-successful career in voice acting roles and just general acting roles in both movies, television, and video games, but it was mostly just movies and video games. Two of my favorite roles from him are as Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts and as a background cameo character in the movie where Robert Downey Jr. does blackface. However, things don't end happily with Lance, unfortunately. He was cast to be in the 2022 hit film Moonfall, but he was cast as the moon. And unfortunately, in this movie, the moon did fall. It got overrun by a Redditor, and Lance died. Lance was the moon, and he died. Now, that's a bit of a sad tale to start off with, so let's jump to something a little bit happier. Next up, we have Joey Fatone, who, as his name implies, is Italian. And after joining nsync only to have them disband after an indefinite hiatus, we can see that Joey Fatone actually became a major success without having to sing and dance. You see, Joey was tired of always parading himself around somebody he wasn't. He never really felt like he fully belonged in the band. He always felt like he was kind of being pushed to do things that he didn't want to do. He never wanted to be a singer or a dancer or an actor or anything like that. He enjoyed his time with his friends, but he never wanted to do it. You see, Joey comes from a long line of Italian gang members. I'm sure you all know that the Italian mafia is very big and very powerful, but Joey didn't want to do that either. So in the late 90s and early 2000s, his two worlds were kind of clashing, you know? One side of him was forced to be a mob boss, and the other side of him was forced to be with Justin Timberlake. But finally, after the band broke up, he decided he's gonna make his own name, which is exactly what happened when he started up the famous pizza chain, Papa Joey's. I'm sure you've all heard of Papa John's, but that's just like a little Mandela effect thing going on. If you've heard of Papa John's, no you fucking haven't, shut up! But yeah, he's been married for a couple years, has a handful of dozens of kids, and he owns a chain of restaurants all over the country called Papa Joey's that serves personally my favorite pizza. Love you, Joey Fatone. Next up, we have Justin Timberlake. And, yeah, I'm not seeing anything about Justin here. Nope. Guess Justin never did anything, guys. He seems to have just vanished off of the face of the earth. That's weird. He was my favorite band member, you know. Seems like there was some kind of speculation that he was gonna return at some point, but I guess he never did. He never was in any movies or shows. He never made any solo music. And if you think that he did, you're fucking lying. You're lying to yourself. You're denying reality. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Next up, we have the hit fan favorite woman, Fergie. Now, a little bit of an unknown fact about Fergie is that she actually got her career started way before anybody else thought. Now, she was a bit of a multifaceted child talent, child prodigy even, and she actually made her first song when she was in a movie, when she was a young kid, and the song is called On the Good Ship Lollipop, and it was released in 1934. Following this, she took a very long break for some reason, until 1997, when she joined the band nsync. Now, if you go ahead and check any of their discography or their Wikipedia page or anything like that, you'll see that they don't really list Fergie anywhere, which I think is a little bit fucked up. But, you know, it was a different time, so sexism could have been involved. I mean, sure, she didn't really write any of their songs or produce any of their songs or sing or dance or be involved in any part of the process at all, but that doesn't mean they can't give her credit for it. I mean, maybe nsync was just sexist. I don't know. However, I don't think it's quite a coincidence that they broke up because of Fergie. Why is that, you might ask? Well, because Fergie joined the Black Eyed Peas in 2002, the same year that they broke up. Coincidence? I don't think so, bozo. Still though, I am very glad that she got to move on to a band where she would actually get the credit that she deserved, unlike with nsync, who were kind of sexist assholes at the time. But, again, was a product of its time, so I'm not gonna judge them too harshly for it. But we gotta do better, boys. We gotta fucking do better, huh? Next up, we have Chris Kirkpatrick. And just like Lance, Chris got into the film industry. You might know him best for his role as Chip Skylark in The Fairly OddParents, where he dropped numerous hits such as My Shiny Teeth and Me and Icky Vicky. Two fantastic bangers, which were much better than any of his songs that he released after he became a solo artist. No offense, Chris, I'm sorry, those are just way too good to compare to any of your other work. I'm sorry, man. But, like with Lance, he was also in Moonfall 2022, where unfortunately, he did play the Redditor that took over Lance, so he kind of vored his former band member, and now they're just one entity in the sky and as the moon, and they're really hoping for a sequel. Finally, we have JC Chases. Poor, unfortunate JC. You see, after the band had broke up, JC went down a really dark path. He started doing a lot of drugs. He would go out at night, he would party all night, he'd spend all the money that he had from his time as a band member, and he eventually got hooked onto some pretty hard stuff. One day, looked at the newspaper, it was 2006, you know, it was a different time, people still read the newspaper back then, and he saw that there was a new drug being tested on, and they were looking for some volunteers for it, and he signed up for it because in his altered state he couldn't tell the difference between a regular drug and a medical drug, and so he signed up and he got into the trials. It was for a drug called GR15, and at first it made him better. He was feeling a lot more clear-minded, he could run faster, jump higher, he was noticeably stronger. But then the side effects kicked in. You see, he started to have a lot of mental problems. He would start to hear things that weren't there, see things that weren't there, and eventually he started showing signs of multiple personality disorder. And eventually, his skin started to turn green. And that's where we get to today. JC is now known as the villain that terrorizes New York City, known as the Green Goblin. He's gotten into many bouts with Spider-Man. He's tried to destroy the city multiple times. And luckily we have a hero protecting us. But if Spider-Man wasn't here, I don't know what we would do. JC, I think I speak for everyone when I say we want the old you back. We don't want the drug addict. We don't want the nighttime partier. We don't want the Green Goblin. We want you. Go to rehab, man. We don't want to see you in this state. Everybody just wants you to be better. We miss you, JC. Come back to us. Not just for you, but for all of us. And finally, we have me. I was actually part of the band, but not really. I was the reason that the band broke up because I was actually born in 2002, and this is the official reason. I don't know if they have it posted anywhere. They probably don't because they're too embarrassed about it. But the moment that I was born, they were like, oh shit, this guy's way too talented. He's gonna take us over. So they decided to just give it up fully and let me take over. So I will be bringing nsync back. I really hope you guys are looking forward to that. I hope you listen to the fantastic music that I have planned. And it'll just be 5 copies of me wearing a white shirt. Yeah, I know this is probably a bit of a shorter video than my last 2. But that's pretty much all that I can find about everyone from nsync. Unless any new developments pop up, I guess that's just where we stand. Maybe 2024 will be the year of nsync, who knows? All I know is I'm gonna go on tour, and I'm gonna be the best band member nsync has ever had. And I will start by remastering one of their classic songs. Wait, shit. That's the wrong song. From the wrong band. Fuck! Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will definitely be making more videos like this, but I'll also be making some more serious videos in the future. Stick around, maybe drop a like and a sub if you feel like. If you want to see more funny videos from me, or if you want to hear my music once I join nsync, obviously, just drop a subscription and a like, you know? It's free, so, yep. See you later.